Hey everyone, so you've probably heard the words Year 6 SATs floating around, and maybe they sound a little intimidating? Well, don't you worry, we're going to clear up all the confusion, I promise. We're about to break it all down and make it super simple. Ready? Let's dive right in. So let's get right to it. What are the Year 6 SATs really? It's the big question, isn't it? You hear teachers talking about them, maybe your parents too, but what are they actually for? That's exactly what we're here to figure out together.
Okay, here's our game plan for today. Think of it like our roadmap. First, we'll cover the basics, what SATs are all about. Then we'll dive deep into the English and maths tests. After that, we'll talk strategy, your SATs game plan. And finally, and this is super important, we'll talk about staying cool, calm, and confident through it all.
Right then, let's kick things off with the big picture. What are these tests and why on earth do you have to do them? Let's get to the bottom of it. So, SATs are basically just a snapshot in time. That's it. It stands for Standard Assessment Tests, but all it really means is it's a way to see what you've learned in English and maths over the last few years, from year 3 to year 6. It's not a test on anything new or tricky. It's just a chance to show off what you already know. But why do they even matter? Well, it's not just one reason. For you, it's a great way to see how far you've come since year 2. Plus, it helps your new secondary school get a sense of all the awesome things you can do. For your teachers, it helps them spot your superpowers and maybe see where you might need a little extra support. And for the government, it's just a way for them to check that schools are doing a good job. Okay, let's get our detective gear on because we're about to decode the English tests. There are 2 parts to this mission, reading and then grammar, punctuation, and spelling. So yeah, there are 2 separate tests for English. The first is the reading test. Think of yourself as a story explorer, digging into different kinds of texts. The second one is the grammar, punctuation, and spelling test. We just call it GPS. For that one, you're more like a language mechanic, checking that you know how all the nuts and bolts of writing fit together. Now, inside that reading test, you'll see a few different kinds of questions. Some are fact retrieval. That's pretty simple. You just find the answer right there in the text. But then there's inference. This is where it gets interesting. This is where you have to be a proper reading detective, using clues in the story to figure out things the author doesn't say out loud. It's all about reading between the lines. Okay, you're probably wondering about scores. Well, after everything is marked, your result gets turned into something called a scaled score. And this number, 100, is kind of the benchmark. If you get 100 or more, it just means you've met the expected standard. It's really important to remember, it is not a pass or a fail. It's just a way of showing what you know. The classic active versus passive voice. This is something that often pops up. So in the active voice, the subject is the hero of the sentence. They're doing the action. The cat chased the mouse. Simple, right? But in the passive voice, the subject is just chilling out, receiving the action. The mouse was chased by the cat. See how the focus totally shifts? Getting your head around that little switch is a real game changer for the grammar paper. Punctuation. I love this analogy. Think of it as the traffic signs for your writing. They tell the reader when to pause, when to stop, and how ideas are connected. A comma is like a little speed bump. An apostrophe shows that something belongs to someone, and a semicolon, that's a cool one, it links 2 big ideas that are super closely related. Getting these right just makes everything you write so much clearer. All right, English decoded, let's switch gears and master the maths papers. And you guessed it, just like English, it's split into 2 different types of tests. One's all about pure calculation, and the other is about your awesome problem-solving skills. So yeah, here's the breakdown. The arithmetic paper, that's like a high-speed workout for your brain. It's all about being fast and accurate with your sums. Then you have the reasoning papers. This is where you get to be a maths detective, taking what you know and using it to solve real-life puzzles and problems. And check out all the amazing stuff you get to show off in those reasoning papers. I mean, it's basically your entire maths journey on one page. You've got fractions, decimals, percentages, a little bit of algebra, shapes and geometry, even reading charts and graphs. This is your big chance to show that you're not just a calculator, you're a real problem solver. Okay, so now you know exactly what's in the tests. But how do you get ready for them? Well, this is the fun part. Let's build your ultimate SATs game plan. This is all about simple, practical things you can do to walk into that test room feeling confident and ready to go. Here it is, your test day checklist. Seriously, some of this is so simple but so powerful. Getting a good night's sleep and eating a great breakfast, those are your secret weapons for brain fuel. And remember the golden rule. If you get stuck on a question, don't panic. Just skip it and come back later. And please, try every single question. You don't lose marks for getting one wrong, so you've got nothing to lose. And in the weeks before the tests, a little bit of practice here and there goes a long, long way. Using old test papers is a brilliant way to get a feel for the questions. And maybe the most important tip of all, if you're stuck on something, ask for help. That's what your teachers and family are for. They want to help you succeed. And now we come to what I think is the most important part of our chat today. This is all about you. It's totally 100% normal to feel a little bit nervous about tests. But let's talk about how to stay calm and remember one crucial thing. SATs don't define you.
I really want you to listen to this and let it sink in. SATs don't show everything about you or all the things that you are good at. They're just a little snapshot of your English and maths. They say nothing about how kind you are, how creative you are, or what an amazing artist or athlete or friend you are. You are so much more than a test score.
So what can you do if you start to feel a bit wobbly? Talk to someone you trust, don't bottle it up. And please, make sure you still make time for fun stuff. Get outside, play games, do whatever makes you happy. Taking care of your mind is the best preparation there is. At the end of the day, all anyone can ask is that you do your personal best. And your best is always, always good enough. So after all that, are you ready to show what you know? Of course you are. You've been working hard for years, you've learned so many incredible things, and you are totally ready for this. Go in there, take a deep breath, and just show them what you can do. You've absolutely got this.